is semi-auditoire. We have Univah Pro, which is the first film engine ever made. And we have rReligionVFX, which is our proprietary real-time motion graphic system. And we have MakeMe, which is our custom-made, most versatile character creator. So Houdini has operators, which are quite difficult to learn. In Univah Pro, we're going to take those really difficult operations and we're going to make it a lot more approachable. Once we get that going, we'll be able to actually create realistic chemical reactions using the periodic table. And it's something that we're doing for STEM schools as well as visual effects teams, because you'll be able to create fire, explosions, right inside the software using the periodic table. So being able to actually trigger these chemical reactions is going to be something that I think will be really fun for our chemistry enthusiasts. Hello, thank you so much for coming to this rReligionVFX continued showcase. In this video, we're going to go over some features that we have kept hidden for quite some time, but now we're going to give you a soft reveal. So we're going to be going over our basic primitives, which you've seen. So just to give you a refresher, these are the Univah basic primitives. So you've seen a cube, you've seen a plane. If you've been watching our videos, you already know that you can very easily add keyframes to animate these objects. Okay, great. So that's how easy it is to add keyframes and to delete keyframes. Great. This is how the basic Univah primitives work. Okay, and these are the kinds of primitives that you would find in most 3D applications like Maya, Blender, Cinema 4D. These are the primitives that you would find in typically any software. Even something as simple as DAZ Studio has these kinds of primitives. All right, so that's how those primitives work. Now, I'm going to introduce you now to religion primitives. So you have your regular primitives and you have religion primitives. The R in front of primitive stands for religion. So you have your regular sphere and then you have your R sphere, meaning religion sphere. These primitives are sign distance field primitives. And what this does is it basically unlocks volume rendering and a lot of different types of effects. It's pretty much an infinite power type of procedural feature that we've just added. Okay. Now, when you select a regular primitive, you will see it in the outliner, but in the operators and modifiers, you will not see it listed there. The operator and modifiers table will show only the religion primitives. So right now we have one religion sphere, and we're going to add another religion sphere. So now we have two religion spheres. Okay, and as you can see, they are interacting with each other in the same way that a regular sphere would interact with another sphere. Now we have what's called operators. You can add an operator to these religion primitives, and when you do, it's important to understand that the object you created last, so in this case it would be R sphere 1, this is the object that will be the driver of the effect. So right now we've added something called SM union, which stands for smooth union. This is going to allow you to create very interesting blend effects. Now, even though we've added these operators to both these spheres, like we said, sphere 1, which was the most recently added sphere, this is what's going to control the effect. So when we click apply to the first sphere, and then we click apply to the most recently created sphere, now the effect is active.
And when we use the blend strength slider, you will now start to see that sphere 1 is blending now with sphere 2. Now, just for comparison, I'm going to add a basic sphere. This is not a religion sphere. This is just a basic primitive. And as you can see, it does not have the blend effect that the religion primitives have. Now, keep in mind, in order to get the perfect blend, you have to have it on 1. So the blend strength should be on 1 in order to get the perfectly smooth blend. Okay? Now, the operation offset, what the operation offset does is it is the distance between which the two objects must be in order for the blend effect to take place. So as you increase the operation offset, what that means is that your objects can now be very far away from each other, and the blend effect will still happen, will still connect them. Now we've added another sphere. And as soon as we hit the checkbox, notice that the effect kind of, when we apply it, like I told you before, the recently added object becomes the driver, okay? So when we apply, when we hit the checkbox on sphere 2, it will now be the driver for all the effects, okay? All right, so just keep that in mind, that the recently added object becomes the driver, okay? Okay, so that's what you're seeing here in real time. We've got this beautiful blend effect, which is really nice for medical animation. So if you want to do like two cells joining together, to do any sort of scientific animations where one object becomes two objects become one. So if you've seen those sort of like chemistry, biology animations, and you've ever wondered how those are done, you can now do that. This also unlocks, you can create planets, fractals, you can, anything that you can do with math, which is pretty much anything, you'll be able to create now in Univah Pro. So that's simulating water drops. Instead of modeling water, we can simulate it. So using math. So now we've created something that looks like a black hole. This is basically the beginnings of a black hole. And we did that in just a matter of seconds by simply tweaking 2 sliders. So we didn't even have to get into writing, code, setting up complex node graphs. By simply tweaking the right sliders, we were able to create very incredible procedural effects in a matter of seconds. And you'll notice that the real-time frame rates are still very high. And mind you, this is running on debug mode. This video is playing. We shoot all our videos on debug. So on debug mode, we're doing ray marching, and the frames per second is above 100. So look at how we can simulate water drops. We can simulate melting metal, one metallic object melting into another. Sort of like you can simulate atomic bombs. You can, there's just so much that you can do. And this is just one operator. We haven't even talked about the other types of operators. We're just showing you an example. So there's a lot you can do. There's a lot you can do. We have a lot more of these religion primitives. And with these primitives, when you combine this now with the power of the RayMarch editor, you'll be able to actually, type mathematical equations in the RayMarch editor and see that happen in the viewport. So it's a very powerful system. The RayMarch editor is for those who are really advanced, okay? That's gonna probably be more attractive to Houdini users.